Okay, you got a month down in quarantine, and word on the street is some folks are struggling with motivation to get moving, to get on their mat. I get it. In the beginning, it's easy to keep it rolling when you think it's going to be a couple of weeks, and now here we are with the grind, and this is becoming the new normal. So, what do you do if you're struggling to get motivated? All right. So first things first, it really helps to know who you are and what kind of a person you are. If you aren't really sure the answer to that question, like what's your motivator, I encourage you to pause this and go take Gretchen Rubin, R-U-B-I-N, take her four personality types, I think it's called, quiz, and just learn a little bit about yourself. It's obviously not flawless, but it's a good way to get a sense of sort of how are you motivated to get things done. First tendency type is an upholder. I'm an upholder. If you're an upholder, if you think something is the right thing to do, you're going to do it no matter what. Whether you want to, whether you don't want to, whether you like it or not, whether you have time or you don't have time, you're just going to do it, and you're probably going to do it pretty hard. You might actually have to lay off and give yourself a little break. Maybe you don't need to do 2-a-days every single day. So when someone asks you the question, if you want to ask an upholder, hey, how do I get motivated to keep moving my body? An upholder's going to be like, you just do it. So if you've talked to somebody who said that to you, yeah, that's why. And if you're not an upholder, it's not going to work for you. So what are the other personality types? Next would be an obliger, and that's somebody who does stuff because it's going to affect other people. So if you are an obliger tendency, then you need to get yourself set up with some kind of responsibility around somebody else. So maybe what's going to work for you best would be to meet up with us at 9 a.m. for the class every day and check in and say who's out there. Or maybe it would be better for you to message somebody and say, hey, I'm planning on taking hot and heavy 6 tomorrow. Are you in it with me? So if you are an obliger, make the personal commitment. Make sure you have accountability to someone else. That's going to help you to get back on your mat. The third would be a questioner tendency. Now, if you're a questioner, you just have a lot of questions. You want to know the research, you want to know the why. So get yourself out there. Do some research on why movement affects mood, how it increases productivity, how great the practice of yoga is for dealing with stress, tension, trauma, and PTSD. Get yourself the information you need so that you have that inner drive. Questioners need to know for themselves what it is, what they're doing, and why they're doing it. And then the fourth tendency is the rebel tendency. Now, if you're a rebel tendency, you're not going to do what I tell you no matter what. So good luck. Figure out a way to get yourself to show up on the mat, right? Rebels are always going to fight back against other people, so maybe you're even giving the screen the finger right now. For rebels, it's way more difficult. It depends on who you are and what motivates you, so good luck with that. But there are a couple of other tips that can really help. Number one, you have to get into a rhythm. What's your pattern? You know, if you were somebody who got up at 5:30 and went for a jog every day before you commuted to Boston to be there by 9 a.m., you don't have that same pressure today. So the schedule is going to be different for you. Maybe you're taking your daily run at 8:30, or maybe you're taking your daily run in the afternoon before the sun goes down. But allow yourself to create a new normal. When are you going to practice? I guarantee if you're trying to grab a class whenever you can all over the place, your practice time is going to be look a little bit more like something like stopping the recording so that you can go and put the laundry over, right? Or it might look like, shoot, I didn't make it. Let me just do the 8-minute abs for the 5th day in a row. So allow yourself to set yourself a schedule. When do you feel best when you practice? Like, do you like to get up and exercise and then you feel like focused and ready for the rest of the day? Do you prefer to take a slow time getting rolling in the morning, and then in the afternoon you have the energy to go for it? Do it. The second thing is get dressed. Get dressed and show up. The first week of quarantine, on Thursday, I took Heidi's Vinyasa class from home in my pajamas while Judah was trying to do his homework over my shoulder, and I was distracted the whole time, and about 23 minutes in was ready to quit. But I knew that they were practicing live, and I'm an upholder, so I was going to finish that class. But I'll tell you what, ever since then, I made the deal with myself that when I'm practice, I'm going to get dressed like I'm going to class every day. I'm going to put the towel on top of my mat so that it feels like it's the real deal. Plus, you don't want to sweat like that in your pajamas. I know it's not the same as sweating in class, but it's still a little bit gross in all the hot spots. So get dressed and show up for yourself. Third, be prepared. So that means when you wake up, you got to eat some food. You can't exercise without eating. It just doesn't work. Your body needs fuel. You wouldn't expect your stove to heat your house if you didn't put any wood inside of it, right? So you got to have some food and some water, but also by getting prepared, get yourself prepared in advance. If you're a morning practitioner, Set out your mat the night before. If you're taking Pilates, put your weights out, right? Put the weights out at the top of your mat so you're ready to go. If you use a block for yoga, set the block out there. If you feel like you might need a pillow or something to cover up with in Savasana, get all that stuff set. So when the time comes for you to practice, it's not going to take you half an hour to get ready to practice and then you already ran out of time. You're ready to go. All you have to do is get dressed, step on your mat, enter the password, and let's rock and roll. Right? And then the last thing, and this is probably going to be the hardest, make sure you make a commitment to yourself that this is your time and nobody else gets to interrupt. I know you might have some toddlers crawling on top of you or the cat is meowing, all that type of stuff, but this is not time for you to answer your cell phone. The emails can wait. The laundry will be okay in a half an hour. You can put it over. Whatever in your house that is calling to you, remember that feeling when you used to walk through the doors here and they closed behind you and we were in those four safe walls where no one and nothing could get at you for 60, 75, or 90 minutes. I know you're not going to get 90 minutes today, but you could probably get 30 to 60. So carve out that time, make a commitment that this is your time for you. I guarantee you will feel so much better afterward. Your body requires movement to perform a huge chunk of your everything you need to happen on a daily basis, from the function of your immune system to the way that your circulatory system to the way that you actually get nutrition and hydration in and out of your cells, especially your cartilage. So make sure that you're moving every day. Get outside, get a walk, whatever it is that you can do. This time is for you. You deserve to feel good. You don't have to feel like a garbage train this whole entire quarantine time. So take good care of yourself. Figure out your tendencies so you can show up for yourself, so that you can show up for the world, because we need you.